I've confronted hundreds of men over 2 decades. Men online looking for children to sexually assault.
Well, Cody, I'm Chris Hansen.
I know who you are.
I tried to get into their heads and understand why. But you have it on your phone.
That's true.
And ultimately, make sure they face justice.
Can I just give you some money and leave?
I don't want money. I want the truth.
These are the predators I've caught. I'm Chris Hansen. I just got back from Polk County, Florida. And as I mentioned in our last episode, we were working there alongside the team of Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd on a predator sting, human trafficking as well. And I can tell you that during the course of a week, 14 men have been arrested in Polk County trying to exploit a child. We had a CEO of an assisted living facility, that's right, married, children, grandchildren, trying to meet a boy for a sexual liaison. We had a child psychologist show up, a man in his early 30s, obviously college educated, there to meet a teenage girl. He tried to evade the sheriff's detectives and deputies. They had to wrestle him to the ground, handcuff him. And then when he saw me, he said, "I'm not going into that house." Oh, he went in the house, all right. So aggressive, they had to put leg shackles on him. And this man worked as a child psychologist in the Orlando area, just when I think I've seen everything. All of those stories will play out on my streaming crime network, True Blue, in the not too distant future. But today, in this episode, I want to talk to you about a predator I've caught who really frightened me. Thomas Sotart was 63 years old when he surfaced in our investigation in the summer of 2023 in Marquette, Michigan, working with the Marquette County Sheriff's Office. Great department up there, very dedicated. We had some help from the Genesee County Sheriff's Ghost Team. And it was the first time we worked with Marquette. Sheriff Greg Zybert, great group of investigators, detectives, deputies. And here comes Thomas Soetaert in the chats. Thomas wanted to take a 15-year-old girl out into the woods. He was very nervous about going to the home where she was staying. She told him she was living temporarily at her uncle's home, located at a former Air Force base, K.I. Sawyer, in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Now, in August, as you may know, northern Michigan is absolutely stunningly beautiful. We're not far from the shores of Lake Superior, crystal clear, albeit cold waters. An outdoors person's paradise for hiking, biking, climbing, boating, fishing. It's really a cool place, and it's weird to me to be in this environment, getting up in the morning, getting my steps in along Lake Superior, going to my favorite little breakfast spot. All of this beautiful scenery in small town America, knowing that in just a few hours I'm going to be on a team with law enforcement catching men who seek to exploit children for sex. I try to relax during those morning hours. You know, it's always a balance because we work late. Sometimes so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So you want to get some sleep, but also you want to enjoy the day. You want to get outside for a minute. I mean, the same was true in Polk County this past week. You know, you try and get up and move around a little bit, but you got to have your sleep. You got to be sharp when these guys come in. I'll tell you one funny story before we get started on Thomas. It was actually my birthday this past week, Saturday. And the Polk County Sheriff's Office and my team surprised me. I was out on the patio of this sting house on the phone, and I was called in because a predator was on the way. Well, it turns out it was a bit of a ruse. They had not one, but 2 beautiful birthday cakes, some cards and everything, and they sang in the sting house. That's how I spent my birthday. Good people. And I was proud to do it. Now back to Thomas. As I mentioned, 63 years old. He's a truck driver, delivery truck driver. And he lived up in Skandia, Michigan, up there in the Upper Peninsula, not too far from Marquette County where we were. He really tried hard to get this girl to meet him in a public place. He wanted to pay her for sex. He talked about the kinds of sex acts he wanted to commit. He wanted to do it doggy style. He was fascinated with anal sex. Didn't even give any consideration. Well, I shouldn't say that. In the beginning, and we'll get into the chat here in a moment. In the beginning, he said no to the girl because she was too young. Said he could go to jail. Well, he did. And she was. But he said he was all horned up. Hadn't had sex in several months. So he decided to go for it. As I mentioned in the early stages of chatting with the girl, Thomas says, "No thanks, you're way too young and I don't want to go to jail." Got any older sisters, he wants to know. But then Thomas changes his tune. He says, "I'm so horny." He says he wants to eat pussy and fuck all night. He wants to know where the girl's mom and dad are. Then he says, "I could pound the fuck out of you, your pussy and your ass up in the air so I could doggy fuck them simultaneously, one after the other, back and forth till I cream your ass," he says. Deep inside with a big warm load. "I'm so hard right now." It goes on and on. Thomas would later claim that one of his issues was that he was taken in a romance scam and he was desperate for some sort of physical sexual contact. And he's obsessed with this idea of going out into the woods. He says he's got his backpack all ready with condoms and lubricant and bottles of water. Apparently he gets thirsty during sex. And in the course of all this, he makes a phone call and actually talks to the on-site decoy who's with the Marquette County Sheriff's Office. Take a listen.
He wants to meet at the shop at. He wants to pull up into his car, let her jump in. Right now, we're just not allowing that to happen. Yeah. We're really trying to get him into the house. Got it. So we're hoping that by just having the telephone conversation, that kind of sets him at ease, making him feel more comfortable that he's speaking to a real person.
Captain Jason Hart with the Marquette County Sheriff's Office fills us in on where Thomas is at this moment.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hi.
what are you doing?
I'm just sitting in my bed.
Why are you so scared of me?
Why are you so scared of me? Because you're a 63-year-old man trying to take a girl into the woods. How does she know if she's going to get back or not?
My God.
I don't know you.
You have my number.
I've never met you before.
So you have my phone number. That's like giving you my driver's license.
A phone number like a driver's license, says Thomas, but in reality, a lot of these predators use numbers that are untraceable. They're those quickly obtained numbers that don't come back. Google Voice and things like that.
I haven't been laid in like 14 months, so I'm really horned up.
That's right. Then he says it's been 14 months since he's had sex, so he's really horned up.
More about this predator I've caught in a moment.
I've been investigating predators going after our children for more than 20 years. But did you know there are also predators who may be going after your own home, your biggest investment? Just think about this. When was the last time you checked your home title? That's the legal record proving that you own your home. If the answer is never, then this is for you. Scammers are stealing titles and your equity is the target. It happens all the time. Criminals forge your signature on one document, use a fake notary stamp, pay a small fee to your county, and just like that, your home title has been transferred out of your name. That's why I have partnered with Home Title Lock, so you can find out today if you're already a victim. It's frightening how frequently this happens. Use my promo code Hansen at HomeTitleLock.com and you'll get a free title history report. Plus, you'll get a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's a 24/7 monitoring of your title, urgent alerts to any changes, and if fraud does happen, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and use promo code Hansen. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code Hansen, Hansen. We have it on our home. You should too.
I can't help it.
Okay, well, I'm looking to fuck tonight, but I want to stay at my uncle's house.
Thomas initially still wants to pick the girl up away from the house. He's worried that the neighbors will see a man of his age with a teenager. He wants her to go to the shop mart, but she doesn't have a car. She doesn't have a ride. She's a kid.
Thomas pleads his case to the decoy of why he doesn't want to come to the house.
I got a bag packed and everything and foam and...
Then bring your bag over.
I know, but yeah, like I'm just gonna walk into your house or your apartment thing or whatever you got, your uncle's. I mean, you got neighbors. You don't think your neighbors know your uncle?
They don't know me. They don't even know that I'm here right now by myself because I've never been outside.
Why are you so scared about being seen outside the house?
Because I don't want to be seen with an older man.
That's why I'm asking you to just meet me somewhere out here. Don't you have like sunglasses or a baseball cap or something? Just walk out and I'll pick you up by the shop at it or whatever you want. Just I really don't want to go to that apartment. I can tell you what, I'm gonna come probably fast because I can't hold it because I'm so horned up.
Yeah, he's still scared. And he should be, because he's in the process of committing a crime, exploiting a child. But then he switches over to another thought altogether. He says he's going to probably come fast. I hope it's okay, because he hasn't had sex in a long time. And this is where desperation to fulfill a fantasy overrides any sort of morality, common sense, or adult judgment. Now, Thomas is going to tell me later that he's never done this before, doesn't have any proclivity towards underage girls. But yet, when given the opportunity, he strikes. And if we weren't there doing this investigation, and there was a vulnerable child, and this happens all too frequently, who would have taken advantage of it? Thomas would have taken advantage of it, and his actions will confirm it.
Was that a problem?
That's no problem as long as you're over at my house.
Jesus Christ. God, I mean, I got all my condoms, the lube, everything is in my bag in the back.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be a big imposition. He's got all his condoms, his lube, his water. It's all in his backpack. It's all packed and ready to go. Just throw it in the back of the truck. Meet this girl and go sexually assault her. Statutory rape. What an imposition that Thomas has to go to a residence to commit his crime. That's the way he looks at it. It's just a big pain to him.
I got a bunch. I got like 6 bottles of water. I got fucking paper towel. I mean, I got wipey. I got everything. It's like
Paper towel. That's right. What a considerate guy. He's bringing wet wipes and paper towels so that after he sexually exploits his child, she can clean herself up. Jeez. This is why I have no sympathy for these guys whatsoever when they show up. This is the kind of selfish, predatory behavior that this guy is capable of.
And then all you want me to fucking just walk into the place, carrying a backpack.
Yep.
Well, do you want me to come over or not?
I do. I told you I do.
Are you sure you're not setting me up?
Are you sure you're not setting me up? He's worried about himself. He doesn't even care about this child. He's only worried and was only initially concerned because he might get in trouble. There's no, you're too young to be doing this. This is a bad life. I'm 63 years old. I should be with somebody my own age. None of that. He's worried about himself. He's worried about getting caught. And he's worried about what's convenient for him.
I promise it is not a setup.
I mean, you see where I'm going with this? Because if for any reason at all, something happens to him where he comes home, what the fuck? I mean, do you know how much trouble that puts me and you in?
Yeah, now he's going to share the trouble with her, right? He's going to try to scare her to make sure she doesn't tell anybody, or that this isn't some sort of a setup. How much trouble I'll be in and you'll be in? How about just you, Thomas?
Yeah, well, he's not gonna be home. He texted me like a half hour ago saying that he was gonna be out another night.
Man, you're really fucking putting me under pressure.
There's no pressure here. Don't try to have sex with children. Then you don't put yourself into that situation. It's not pressure.
Okay, well, if you want to come over, just text me.
And now the onside decoy is going to give him an out. Fine, whatever. I get it. Just text me if you change your mind. But he's already committed.
What's the address?
What are you driving?
I got a black Nissan Xterra.
Alrighty, I'll be waiting for you by the door then.
Probably like 45 minutes, 40 minutes.
Okay, that works. I'll wait for you then.
All right, better. Are you saving it for me?
Yeah,
You better be. All right, bye.
bye.
You saving it for me. See, now, Thomas is 45 minutes away. He's got to drive over to our sting house. And what he's concerned about is that she's going to maybe find somebody else who's willing to pay her for sex. So now he's going to hustle over. Sure enough, at the appointed time, Thomas pulls into the driveway, sees the decoy, the onside decoy, at the door, and comes in. Oh yeah, and Thomas brings his sex bag into the house with him.
Hey! So what you got in your bag for me?
Mrs. I'm scared of you. Oh my God.
Even makes fun of the girl. Mrs. I'm scared of you.
You can take a seat on the couch. So what you got?
Oh, there's something I never told you about that I like to do.
Which is what?
Nothing really sexual. I just like giving massages.
The decoy asks what's in the bag. And he said, well, there's something related to something I like to do I haven't told you about. I like to give massages. So he's got a massage oil with him. He's going to rub the girl down, apparently.
Oh, okay. That'll be fun.
Smell.
Yum.
He even offers to let the girl smell the oil.
Oh,
Like it?
I do.
I'll put it in here just so I
I
know
need
where
to
it
get
is.
that smell. I forgot the good lube. I'll be back in 30 seconds. If you want to start getting undressed and ready for me, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
The decoy says she's going to go get the good lube. Remember, Thomas didn't like the lube he had. And says, go ahead, you can get undressed. Now, we're waiting to see if, in fact, he actually does this. As you know from following this podcast and our investigative series, sometimes the guys do get undressed. But Thomas, before he can strip down, starts to wander around the house. And I get a little bit concerned that he's going to see one of our cameras or make a run for it. I know ultimately I'll get a chance to interview Thomas, but I figure now's the time to move out. And that's exactly what I do.
Hey, get your hands out of your pockets, please. Just have a seat on your couch. Yes. How you doing? Good. Sounds like you had quite the night planned.
Now he's going to try and play this casually. I mean, his mind is spinning. He doesn't know whether I'm the uncle, the neighbor, me, the sheriff's office. We caught him.
If what you've heard shocks you so far, join us back in a moment. What was on the agenda?
Lonely.
Huh?
Lonely.
Lonely?
Yeah.
And who were you going to meet tonight?
I don't even know her name.
You don't know her name.
I don't even know her name, he says. Just to show it's all about him.
So you came over to this house to meet somebody and you don't know their name?
No.
What was your plan?
Hook up with her.
Hook up with her? Hook up with her and do what?
Oh, whatever she wanted.
Whatever she wanted. Well, we already know what Thomas wanted. And that was to exploit a child.
Whatever she wanted. What did you want to do?
Have sex.
Have sex. And how old are you?
62.
62. And your name is?
Tom.
And what did you talk about online with this girl?
Everything.
Everything. Everything like what?
What we wanted to do, where we wanted to go.
Thomas makes it sound like he had planned a vacation, a getaway. Says he chatted about what we wanted to do, where we were going to go. Like they're going to photograph some beautiful waterfront somewhere.
Give me an example. Fill me in.
Well, I asked her if she wanted to go to fair or if she wanted to go to Subway, and she didn't want to do that. She's already ate. And, well,
You were going to have sex with her.
yeah,
And how old is she?
15.
15.
And he admits to me he knew the age. Doesn't even pretend to be the good Samaritan or someone who's going to rescue a child who is endangered. He just comes out and says it. Yep, that's me. I was horned up. I was going to have sex with her. Which begs the question.
And why did you think it was appropriate for a 62-year-old man to come over here and have sex with a 15?
Because
And oh yeah, he's got an excuse.
I just had a woman I've been led on for like a month steady, maybe a little over a month.
I get a sob story from Thomas, but it isn't going to work on me.
Get her to move up here. She wanted to move up here.
He met a woman online who claimed she was going to move in with him, but needed more money and kept coming up with excuses. That's right, he was the victim of a romance scam, but that doesn't justify what Thomas was trying to do on this day.
And just kept leading me on and leading me on.
And how old was this woman?
45.
45. And when you say lead you on, what did she do exactly?
We just talked about living together. She didn't have a job. I helped her out with money on it. She was making this dress and she needed some money to finish it. before she could move up here.
Wah. Terrible you got scammed. Not an excuse for committing this crime.
How much money do you figure you sent her, Tom?
Lots.
Thousands?
Yeah.
Tens of thousands?
No.
5,000?
100. But it was
So
it was my
explain.
savings, and I had so much hope for it. I've been single for about 14 or 15 months now.
15 months. And you have kids, Tom?
I do have 2 older kids that
Two older
live with the
kids.
mother.
Tom has 2 older children of his own. Had been with a woman for several years, but broken up.
And Tom, what do you do for a living?
I drive trucks.
You drive trucks. What kind of trucks?
Just local delivery truck.
You ever go online before and meet somebody for sex?
No.
Just so this just happened yesterday. You start chatting up this girl.
I just seen. I've been. It's. She's local, so I.
Thomas says he's been perusing the local hookup sites, but claims this was the first time he's ever gone through with it. Maybe.
Did it give you any pause that she was 15?
Well, I asked her, I don't know how many times, and she didn't say it, went on about something else. And finally, I think I asked, I don't know. And then finally she did tell me, and I'm like, okay.
That seemed to excite you that she was only 15.
Well, not really. I was scared. I was scared to come over here. Didn't want to come over here.
You get pretty graphic in your discussion with her, both on the phone and online, texting about what you want to do with her.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about taking her out into the woods, doing it doggy style.
Yeah.
You were going to bring lube and wet wipes and towelettes.
Thomas shows me what was in his bag. And as advertised, everything's there. And now it's time for me to tell Thomas exactly who I am and for him to face the Marquette County Sheriff's Office.
Where's your wipes?
Go ahead and stand in front of me, sir. Okay.
Can I take a drink?
Stand up for me.
There was some concern that maybe Thomas could have had a weapon in his bag, and that's why the task force came out. Now, it turns out there wasn't a weapon, but it's something we're mindful of.
Is there anything else you want people to know about your circumstances?
No.
Well, there's something you need to know.
I know. I did wrong.
I'm Chris Hansen, and I do stories on adults.
You do. Yeah.
Preying on children for sex. And now you're in one of those stories.
I should have known. I should have known that.
Yeah, but that doesn't excuse what you did.
Well, I know. But
You seem to be blaming a lot of other
can't
people.
find, I'm trying to find a woman local, and I can't.
You can't find a woman who's not 15?
No, I'm not looking for a young girl. It
But you
just
came
happened
here
to-
for a young girl, Tom.
Yeah.
But just to be clear, your intent was to have sex with this girl tonight.
Yes.
Thomas admits to just about everything.
What should happen to you, Tom?
I don't know.
Have you ever met anybody before online for sex?
No.
Have you ever had sex with a child before?
No.
So today, or yesterday, you just decided to start
Yesterday,
chatting up a 15-year-old girl and
because-
come over here a day later for sex.
Because I seen it on there and it was local. I'm like, it was right. I can't even remember what it was.
That doesn't make it right.
I know.
Thomas was charged with 3 different felonies associated with his activities that day. He ended up pleading no contest to child sexually abusive activity. He was sentenced to the little bit of time he spent in the county jail after his arrest, and he had to register as a sex offender in the state of Michigan. We're always curious as to where our most notorious predators are now, and that's why we partnered with truthfinder.com to track down predators we've busted over the years to give you the facts on their past and the scoop on what happened to them after our show. Well, we ran Thomas Sotart through Truthfinder, and it appears As offensive as his crimes were that day, otherwise he was telling the truth. He has no record of any criminal activity, any serious criminal activity before his arrest, and there is no indication he's gotten into trouble since his arrest. TruthFinder also indicates that he is on, currently, the registered sex offender list in the state of Michigan, and that he is one of 33 sex offenders in his community. To get the answers you're looking for and to discover information on potential predators, go to truthfinder.com/predator. That's truthfinder.com/predator, and also follow our weekly TruthFinder Predator Update to see what we can uncover next. The TruthFinder app is very useful for me when we're in the middle of the investigations because I can do a quick check and get some background before I conduct my interview. And it was helpful this past week in Florida, and it is everywhere else we go. Thank you, TruthFinder. More of our story in a moment. As always, I'd like to hear from you, and this week's question comes from Caitlin.
Hey Chris, my name's Caitlin, and I'm a huge fan. I've been listening to the podcast for a couple years now, and a longtime supporter of your movement. I have 2 questions for you. So the first being, how often do you find that people messaging the decoys actually stop messaging them once they find out that it's someone underage? I was just wondering, considering the high volume of predators that you catch, if there are any people who kind of stop dead in their tracks once the age is revealed. And then my second question would be if you've looked into, or if you have any interest in child exploitation via like family vlogging. I've actually been kind of diving deep into content on child exploitation from family influencers. I love watching about it on YouTube, so I just wanted to know what your take on that was. Again, super big fan. Keep doing what you're doing. It's really changing lives.
Thank you for that, Caitlin. I appreciate it, and we will keep going. 2 very good questions. I would think that probably in terms of guys who reach out looking for sex online, but then find out the child is underage, at least 50% and maybe as high as 70% say, well, not going to do it, bye. And that makes me feel pretty good. Whether they're doing it because it's the right thing to do or whether they're doing it because they're afraid to get caught, probably at least 50% say no, bye. Now, you raise a very interesting point about these family influencers and sexual exploitation, because we've looked at this before and it's disturbing. You see parents online, and Caitlin, you've looked into it, on various social media platforms, promoting their young children's modeling, acting, dancing, wearing sometimes suggestive clothes. And there's been a fair amount of reporting on this, and we're working on some new reporting of our own. But in a lot of cases, these sites are viewed by predators who are contributing money. And oftentimes, they will try to reach out, try to track this child down. They get obsessed. And I think it's horrible for parents to be exploiting their children in this manner and putting them in the bullseye of a predator. And Caitlin, I invite you to share any reporting you have going forward with me right here. And I promise you I'll take a look at it. You know, as you may know, we've been working on a big story about predators exploiting Roblox, exploiting children on Roblox. And we're getting to the end of our reporting on the first segment. And I'll keep you posted there, but the things we're seeing are absolutely shocking. Mind-boggling. Great questions, Caitlin. I appreciate it, and please keep me posted here. You can find me all over social media, at Chris Hansen on X, official Chris Hansen on Instagram. TikTok, Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. We put a lot of videos up there. Cameo, Should You Desire. My streaming crime network, True Blue, TRUBLU. Watch trueblue.com for details. New Predator investigations called Takedown. Every Thursday they drop. We have another podcast coming out. It's out right now, as a matter of fact. Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, more of an interview-based podcast. You can find that right where you find this. And as always, you can find me right here at chris@predatorpodcast.com. I'll be watching and listening.